Good evening and welcome to Thai PBS English News Service. I'm Supachon Klinswan. And within a matter of days, Don Mueang Airport will be up and running as a full-scale international airport. Now, is that airport ready if the floods do hit Bangkok again? That and more with Kun Bundit Bundit in Economic Focus.
Thank you, Kun Supachon. That is certainly a $1 million question. We begin our economic focus news today with the operational test being undertaken at the Don Mueang Airport ahead of full service reopening on October 1st. Meanwhile, authorities are racing to construct flood barriers and install water pumps in preparation for any floods. Some administrators of the water management project noted that there are growing concerns that the water situation will affect the airport again this year.
Parani Watanothai, the general manager of Don Mueang Airport, said the airport renovation and repairs are now 95% complete and will be ready to service passengers when it officially opens for full operation on October 1st, or less than 2 weeks from today. 9 buses have been prepared to serve passengers who need to travel between Don Mueang and Suvarnabhumi airports. The reopened Don Mueang is expected to handle up to 40,000 passengers a day and will help reduce congestion at Suvarnabhumi Airport. While flooding remains a huge concern for many passengers, Don Mueang Airport authorities have accelerated the construction of water barricades, due for completion by the middle of next month. At the same time, the Royal Thai Air Force has prepared 19 water pumps, which can drain around 1 million cubic meters of water per day.
International expansion by Thai firms became a phenomenon during the early 1990s. Earlier, Dr. Rungtip Chonapalai spoke with Professor Pawida Pananon of the Department of International Business, Logistics and Transport at Thammasat Business School, who said that with outward foreign direct investment or OFDI, Thai firms develop the opportunity to compete with the global market. However, much still needs to be done, especially the preparation, not only for the businesses, but attitudes and the education of students to become potential employees of an international business.
The challenge for them is to integrate all the acquired assets, the acquired companies overseas, how you can really integrate the operation with the existing operation in Thailand to make Thai firms a truly Thai multinational, not just Thai firm with assets overseas. I think that is the first challenge. The second challenge would be how do you prepare the organization to be a true multinational? Because we have been operating more as a Thai firms in Thailand. So to go overseas and to manage a workforce from different countries, different cultures, so that's another challenge to prepare the people in the companies to be ready for that kind of management style as well.
So you talk about preparation. What would be the preparation for Thai students?
I think for education in general, we should be looking at 2 areas. First is to open yourself up more to understanding how the world is and what is going on in the world. Not just, playing Facebook or something, but really understand globalization, what it means. So that's one area that Thammasat Business School tries to prepare our students by, encouraging them. We provide courses on international business. So that is something that my department does. And another thing is to prepare in terms of language. And we cannot deny that English is still the main language used around the world for business and for other things. So you cannot just not improve yourself in terms of English capability. And I think these days 2 languages is not enough. So you perhaps need a 3rd language
The
as
3rd
well.
language would be which one do you think?
The 3rd language, it depends on your interest really, I think. But now I think the most popular 3rd language for my students tend to be Chinese, Korean, and sometimes Japanese.
The Commerce Ministry has announced that 9 rice exporters have passed the benchmark bid price criteria for the government sale of 586,000 tons of rice from the pledging scheme stockpile. The list of successful bidders will be forwarded to the Commerce Minister tomorrow for consideration. Meanwhile, the Thai Rice Exporters Association reported disappointing export figures for both the quantity and value of exports.
Today, the Commerce Ministry's subcommittee on releasing the government's rice stock opened the sealed envelopes containing rice exporters' bids. 9 rice exporters' bids met or surpassed the benchmark bid price criteria, which was similar to that of the preceding auction. A majority of the successful bidders were also successful bidders in the previous round, including Asia Golden Rice Company, Capital Rice Company, Mueang Rice Company, and CP Intertrade Company. The subcommittee will seek the approval of the Commerce Minister Bunsong Teriyapirom tomorrow. Director General of the Foreign Trade Department, Manat Soiploy, said the ministry might put up its crop for auction every week if the sale does not have an impact on the domestic price level of rice. Meanwhile, the Thai Rice Exporters Association reported disappointing export figures in the first 8 months of the year, saying that the quantity of exported rice dropped by 45% year-on-year, while the value of rice exports plummeted 33% when compared with 2011. The average price of Thai rice is currently $676 per ton, or between $110 and $140 more expensive than its competitors.
As the Finance Ministry is gradually refunding tax to first-time car buyers under the first car rebate policy, which came into effect on October 1st, the Bank of Thailand is hoping that the government will review the scheme, claiming that it impacts state revenues and encourages citizens to get deeper into debt. While the government is encouraging more vehicle usage, a car-free day mass ride is to take place in Bangkok this Sunday to campaign against energy consumption.
As part of the government's campaign promise, the first car policy offers a tax rebate of up to 100,000 baht for first-time car buyers, whose new vehicles have to have an engine no larger than 1500 cc and be priced below 1 million baht to qualify under the scheme. The central bank, however, is urging the government to review the policy, as it not only results in a loss of hundreds of billions of baht in tax revenues, but the profits generated from car sales are being pocketed by foreign investors, not Thais. Additionally, the scheme is creating more debt for the buyers, who are responsible for repaying the loans and the depreciation in the vehicle's value. Meanwhile, the Thai Cycling for Health Association is organizing a car-free day mass ride in the capital city on Sunday. An estimated of 50,000 cyclists will participate in the event. Cyclists will start from 14 places in Bangkok and will converge at the Royal Plaza at 8 a.m. The association is also lobbying related agencies to set aside an inner lane of 46 kilometers in the capital specifically for cyclists, and will propose the idea to the candidates for the upcoming Bangkok gubernatorial election.
And that wraps up tonight's economic news. Good night, and now back to Kun Subuchon for more about artificial reefs in the Gulf of Thailand.